Long ago, in a living room very much like yours, two women made up a podcast on how movies link up to each other, and they called it 6 Degrees of Feature Film.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 6 Degrees of Feature Film podcast. I am Satine, also known as Miss Movies, also known as Brienne, also known as producer/seducer today.
Yeah,
that's my shirt.
Banging, girlfriend.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. I am your co-host.
That's right.
StacyOHoward. I'm your Ewan McGregor. I'm your Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your lover. Sometimes in bed. Just kidding. We do.
I mean, we do get in bed together.
We do get in bed together. Hashtag movie pillow fights. But we have a great guest today. We're Skyping with our friend, my brother from another mother, my ginger mister, Matt Brown.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm Matt Brown, a.k.a. the unconscious Argentinian.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll get to
perfect.
that.
We love John Leguizamo. I was thinking, like, John Leguizamo could be a link off of, like, our films. And then I was like, I just haven't seen enough of his films. And then I was like, I need to see more of his films.
And yet he's somehow in everything.
He's
Right.
in everything and yet nothing. And he talks out of the side of his mouth like Drew Barrymore. Just want to point that out. He
Okay.
does. He
That's a
talks out
genetic
little-
thing.
He does, yeah. If you watch his movies, he'll talk out of the side of his mouth a little bit
Yeah.
like this. You
Like
know what
Katie
I mean?
Holmes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like Katie
Yep, I
Holmes
know
a
it.
little bit.
I know it.
That's right.
So, Matt, thank you for joining us. We're really excited. You're in New York, right?
Yes, I am.
What do
It's
you-
a few hours. It's a few hours ahead here. It's like I'm calling you from the future.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Wait,
I
so
know.
what do you do in New York? What happens? Like, you have a
Well-
job? What do you do?
What's the political way of saying unemployed? Is that in between jobs?
Sure.
Is that okay? So I'll say in between jobs.
You could just say independent
say-
contractor.
Yeah, recent
Oh, sure.
grad.
Yeah.
Yeah, recent grad's going to work
Recent.
for the next,
Recent grad works
the
better.
next 2 years after graduation. You just say recent grads. People say 6 months. I'm pushing that to 2 years. That's my own.
Good. So I'm
Okay.
halfway there.
Okay, good
Okay,
job.
good.
Good job.
But Matt does have a few short films online
Yes.
that are
Mhm.
hilarious,
Mhm.
which you should check out.
Yes.
And where can we find
those?
those?
You can find them. I have a channel called Matinee Films. It's 2 words, 2 T's and matinee because it's my name.
Oh, whoa!
I love things that
pun,
are play
silly
on words.
silliness.
Yes.
I know. I don't, but it just worked.
Okay.
Perfect.
Matinee Films with 2 T's.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So Matt's joining us to do our feature film today, which is Moulin Rouge.
Whoa!
Yes.
Dun, dun,
From
dun, dun,
June
dun.
1st, 2001. This is one Matt gave me a list of a few films, and Moulin Rouge was on there, and I was like, let's do it. Oh, yeah. I watched some of it last night. I didn't get through the whole thing because by 11:30, I was like, I got to go to bed. Or it was like,
Yeah.
it was like almost midnight, and I was like, it's time for me to sleep.
It's a lot to take in, especially late at night. I feel like Moulin Rouge is like a 2:30 p.m. Sunday kind of movie.
Yeah,
Where
you got to
you've
be
had-
ready to dance.
Yeah, you have like you've had a good lunch, and you sit down and you're like, I just want to be dazzled. I want to have
Bedazzled.
bedazzled.
With
It is.
Elizabeth
It's a
Hurley.
lot to take in. It's
Yeah.
like 3 hours of movie crammed into like a half hour in the first bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
There's so much color. There's so much sparkle. It's like the inside of my mind. I want to say.
Huh.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I've always said I want Baz Luhrmann to direct my life
That would be
Huh.
great.
because it would be amazing.
It'd be amazing and weird, and it would never make sense, and you just be
And
like,
and no one would blame me for just breaking out into Cher whenever I felt like.
if I could turn back time.
And that's the one that's been in my head all day. How did you know?
Yes.
Because I am psychic. That's
Oh,
the
you're
computer.
psychic. I'm
It knows.
calling from the future. It's a good episode.
I mean, what other
Whoa.
Cher song could you just bust out right away? I mean, beside like, I got you, babe.
Do you believe in
But
love?
I got to love. I can feel something.
I love this. Thank you.
I got that
That's
CD
kind
for
of like this
Christmas.
movie though, because they break into like popular songs,
So
which
many
I love.
genres.
And just
Covers
whenever
so many
they
genres.
feel like it,
Yeah.
just medleys all over.
So for those who have not, okay, first of all, let's back up just a second. For
Okay.
those who have no idea what this show is, it's called 6 Degrees of Feature Film.
Oh,
Hey,
shit. We didn't even
what-
talk about that.
That's
Oh,
Sorry,
is
we
it?
jumped the
the
gun.
show.
Yeah.
And you know what we do? We take one movie and we break it off into 6 other films that can link up to it in some shape or form.
Yes. It's like a reverse bracket, if you will.
Yes.
Mhm.
By, like maybe director, actor,
Yeah.
theme, things
Mhm.
like that, or just like something stupid that happened in a movie, like
Yeah.
great elevator scenes.
Yeah.
Such
I'm
as
trying
Captain
to think
America.
of some of the stupidest themes we've ever come up
Oh,
with.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Yeah. I'm all about it. I'm all about weird themes.
Anyway,
But
so
yeah.
that's how it works.
Mhm.
And usually it's Stacy, myself, sometimes a guest. And
Yes.
so Matt Brown's our guest today.
Yes.
And also, getting back into Moulin Rouge, if you have not seen Moulin Rouge, which you should, it's about a poet who falls for a beautiful courtesan, whom a jealous duke covets in this stylish musical with music drawn from familiar 20th century sources. Thank you, IMDb.
Thank you. Ooh, I like your smooth voice talking about
I like
musicals.
to change
There you go.
into some voices sometimes. This is directed and written by Baz Luhrmann, as well as Craig Pierce wrote it. He also did some other Baz Luhrmann films as well. So he and Baz Baz is one of those people that seems like he likes kind of the core cast, kind of like
Mhm.
Tim Burton in a way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he'll
he has
still
his people.
switch up like some main characters, but he
Mhm.
likes to kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I got my people that do costuming and things like that, and probably
I think
just,
Craig Armstrong does the music for all his films.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there you
Nice.
go.
Nice. It made
See, I knew that
It made $179 million worldwide.
Point two.
Point two.
Don't
Excuse
forget
me.
that.
Can't forget that $200,000 right there.
And it won 2 Oscars, Best Art and Set Direction and Best Costume Design.
And Nicole was nominated too for Best Actress.
Nice.
Mhm.
And Best Picture. Well,
Yes, that's right.
mean-
But not Best Director.
Not
No.
Best Director. Baz was
Ugh.
for
robbed.
shame.
Robbed.
And
Tell ya.
cinematography, film editing, makeup, and sound were also nominated as well. Guess what? Okay, so the other day, Entertainment Weekly came out with like the definitive rankings of the musical numbers in
Right, which
the
was
show.
after we decided to do Moulin Rouge for this episode,
Crazy.
so it was like a sign.
Crazy.
It was insane. I was very excited about this.
Mhm.
So I wanted to go ahead and go through what they have.
Sure.
If you guys will indulge me in this.
Okay.
Okay, so for 12, they have Hindi Sad Diamonds. 11, Come What May, which I'm kind of surprised Come What May isn't a little higher. 10,
That's original, right? That's the original
that's the
the original
only
song.
one.
they wrote for the movie.
Right, I think that's the only one that's the original song for the movie, but because they had put in some other parts to it from other songs, it couldn't be submitted for an Oscar.
Well, it was originally written for Romeo and Juliet,
Right.
and it
yeah,
wasn't
for another
used.
movie. Mm-hmm.
So because it was written for another movie, it wasn't
Right.
eligible for an Oscar.
Right.
Sucks.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
dumb.
I mean, I get that placement though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a great song, but the musical number itself is just a montage. I
True.
think that was their reasoning. So I get that.
Mm-hmm.
10 is Like a Virgin. 9, The Show Must Go On. 8, One Day I'll Fly. 7, The Pitch. 6, Lady Marmalade. The Can is what
Mhm.
it's also called. Although I'm kind of surprised that's not a little higher as well. 5, Come What May Reprise, which, okay. 4, Sparkling Diamonds. 3, El Tango de Roxanne. 2, Your Song. And 1, Elephant Love Medley. I personally think El Tango de Roxanne is the best.
Yeah, that goes to number 1 for sure.
I don't know. I was like, Elephant Love Melody. Like, when I think of Moulin Rouge, the first thing that pops into my head is Roxanne because it was so good. I want to remake this dance sequence. I need 3 other gentlemen that know how to dance for sure, minimum. Like, I could do it.
You know what? Whenever I think Moulin Rouge, I think of them on the balcony, and they're like, "Love lift us up where we belong." That's
Okay.
I always
Okay.
picture that. That's
Right.
my number one. Where they're
Well,
doing
that
all
was
the
part of
songs
the
love
that was
in it.
part of the medley.
That
so
was
I guess
part of the
that's your
medley.
number
Oh,
one, too.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
there
then,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah. There you go. That's
What
fine.
do you think of, Matt? When someone says Moulin Rouge, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
John Leguizamo.
Okay, we'll decide that.
I think the medley comes in, but that doesn't make it better than the tango.
Okay. It's just more memorable in general.
Right. I was
Maybe that's
surprised
it.
how low. Maybe it's just me. I really loved Nicole Kidman doing "One Day I'll Fly Away." I thought that would have been higher.
I wish they would have done "I Believe I Can Fly" by R. Kelly. I think that would have been amazing. Just thinking about that, I wish they would have included that in this movie. A ton of people were going to star
Yes.
in this movie,
Including Courtney
Courtney
Love.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
She was pissed about it, too, that she was not selected.
she has a song
Yeah.
about that because she was like, basically Baz Luhrmann in some interview was like Courtney Love is fire and Nicole Kidman is ice.
Right.
You know, and talking about their, different personalities. And then she wrote this song or she was like, Nicole Kidman's more like a puddle. Basically, like Courtney Love's going to melt her ice. And then she wrote a song about it and did it on her
Miss
tour.
World.
Yeah, about a beauty queen, a vain beauty queen.
A song
something.
about self-loathing beauty queen.
Yeah. Dang, shit's going down on the set of.
But she
Moulin
still
Rouge.
let them use her husband's song in the movie.
I know.
Yeah,
so,
which she
yeah.
never does. So that was
Right.
pretty crazy.
Which was
Pretty
Smells Like Teen Spirit,
Yes,
for those
yes,
that
that's right.
aren't familiar.
Which they incorporated pretty well.
Yeah. Also, originally, the Green Fairies was going to be a long-haired
this.
muscle man with a giant sitar, and Ozzy Osbourne was hired to do the vocals. So eventually, it was changed to Tinkerbell, and then Kylie Minogue is
I
that.
liked Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, I like her.
It's a little part. It's
She
fun.
always has a place in my heart from Biodome, so I like her as an actress as well as a singer.
Nice.
She's in Biodome, guys. Please remind her of that because she loves hearing
Biodome.
it.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, she's hot.
I tried to block that movie from my mind. You're bringing it up again.
I like Biodome. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care.
You know what I
like
think
it.
would have been an interesting matchup had it actually casted this way? Catherine Zeta-Jones was slated to play Satine, and Heath Ledger as Christian.
Yes.
That could have
Yes.
actually been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a bit younger, though. I
Yes,
mean,
but he would have
doesn't
been
matter.
like the young sap in love,
Yeah.
and she would have been like the beautiful experienced courtesan. I could picture it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how old they are in real life, but I always got the impression that Nicole Kidman, or rather Satine, was a little older, more mature.
Right.
Seems like more aware of the world they're in, whereas Christian's just like, love, love, love. I love love.
Right,
Love,
but
love.
that's like experience.
Right, and then they
not
sort of grow into
necessarily-
that.
Yeah, not necessarily age, because like you look at them and they look similar age.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. But like I would look at Catherine Zeta-Jones and Heath Ledger and not think they're on the same age level. You know? I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah. I always picture him as young. I don't know. Can I ask a dumb medical question?
Medical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for
We're
it.
going there. So, okay. Spoiler alert, Nicole Kidman is sick.
Yes.
She has pulmonary tuberculosis.
Okay.
Okay, and that's how she dies. What she
Yes.
dies of in the film, coughing up blood, all dramatic. It's tragic and death and all that shit. But is that contagious? Is Christian gonna get it? I forgot
So
if
tuberculosis is contagious, but I
Yeah.
don't know if her form is. Like I don't know pulmonary.
TV. Yeah, I don't know because this is the
tuberculosis.
whole thing I had with what's the
La Boheme.
What's the movie that just came or not just came out? The Hot Mess that was with Colin Farrell and Russell Crowe, and it's like with the horse, and you guys know what I'm talking
Nope,
about,
I
right?
don't.
Right? Okay, well, back in the day.
Oh,
they
what
called
was that? What was that? The Winter Story?
Yeah,
Winter's Tale?
Winter's
Yeah.
Tale.
Oh yeah, Shakespeare,
Because-
another Shakespearean.
Yeah, yes, another one, and in that one she has quote unquote consumption, whatever, and
Mhm.
and then she's like, it's not contagious, but then I googled it and it is. So then I'm like, wait, is everyone she's like macking on gonna get it? Because Colin Farrell's gonna fucking die too. And then in this one, I'm like, Christian's gonna die. I'm like super confused about the medical.
Well, you
realm
have to
we are in.
suspend disbelief on
I
certain
know,
things. So
but-
even if it is
Well,
contagious,
they had to
pretend.
call it that because they couldn't call it, dramatic timing disease.
Yeah, I know. They couldn't call it what she probably really had, which was syphilis, because she
But
was a cortis.
I could believe
Yeah.
that there could be forms of tuberculosis that aren't contagious, but I don't know. But they
don't
treat
know.
now they would treat everything as though it's contagious.
Yeah.
no
Can you
matter
imagine
what.
an alternate ending where it's like a post-credit scene? You see Christian at the doctor. Doctor's just shaking his head.
He's got.
Aw.
It's like,
Son,
dude.
what'd you think?
He's like, the
Also-
Moulin Rouge. Yeah, the Moulin Rouge.
yeah, that's where I picked it up.
I
Five of my
mean-
clients too.
You'd think some diseases are going on around there in some form or
Yeah.
another.
It's a
obviously.
brothel. Oh, you know what? They have a giant fake elephant on set that inside was a brothel and an opium den.
Interesting.
I think it was from like a theme park or a mini golf course or something that they got it, but the inside is all decorated too. So if you see an elephant in there, the inside is there's some partying happening.
Huh. All right. So another thing that I thought was interesting about this movie is poor John Leguizamo had to have physical therapy for months
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
movie because he was basically on his knees the entire time to make him look much smaller than he actually is. Now, if it were today, they probably would have been able to do that with just some simple I don't know, green screen. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, but the same year that came out, Lord of the Rings came out, where they made, Elijah Wood look half as tall as Viggo Mortensen.
they didn't
and he
have
didn't
the
have-
money on this project for that.
Yeah.
They spent it all on the music.
They did. They
And the
did
costumes.
52 million. What was Lord of the Rings? Over 100 million?
Yeah.
Well, 50 of that went to that visual effects then.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
You know what, though? Speaking of costumes, I think they made somewhere around like 300 costumes for this film, and 80 people worked on them. That's a huge amount of work to go in.
That is pretty crazy.
It's probably one person per like sequin on an inch of a costume. I'm thinking
Could
they had
be.
to have a lot to put those sparkles on.
Well, it's not just that. You also have to get like people that dress people too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the other part.
That's true.
And there's a ton of people in this film. Like just that one, just the opening, like where they're doing the opening act with Satine. All those men in in their like suits. All those men. There was a scene that I was thinking.
Okay,
of
all those men, yeah, but how
goodness.
good did she look? Good
Well,
God.
yeah, of course. I mean, come on.
Pale as a ghost with that blue light on her.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Swinging on that swing.
I was watching one scene and I was like, this is hilarious. It was like all these bald men around a piano, and I was just like, this is
Oh,
probably
that's your wet dream.
there it is, right? Okay, so I have this thing for bald men that are powerful, though.
Yes.
So that's the difference. Like, I am totally into Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor,
Yes.
and Corey Stoll in Ant-Man.
Now,
But
Corey
no
Stoll, I
other-
understand.
No other
Do you have a
time.
thing for Professor Xavier? Is
No, because
the-
he's
is
not.
the-
He's
Powerful.
powerful, but like he's not like a dark. Like if he were more Magneto, maybe
You want like an evil guy.
evil.
that-
Yeah.
So you want a bald Michael Fassbender? Is that what you want?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. There you
That's
go.
what I would like.
Mhm.
All right, I got it.
But like seriously, like people are like, "Oh, you should watch this Michael Rosenbaum interview." I was like, "No, you don't get it. I'm not actually into Michael Rosenbaum. Like,
You just like him.
I just
bald.
like him as Lex Luthor. Like, yeah. So there it is. So then I see this.
You have a very,
scene and I'm
very
just like laughing.
specific.
Very specific.
Yeah, very specific fantasy world you live in.
Anyways,
I
that's
like
my
it.
confession, Matt.
Okay, okay.
All right.
To it.
Hey, I think we should move on.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
But
do that.
last thing.
Oh, the
Leonardo DiCaprio flunked his like singing audition
yeah.
because they tried him out for singing and they're like, "Guess what, bud? You can't. So
Can't.
you're out."
Can't do it. I've never heard his singing voice.
I
He's
wish
never
they-
sang.
I wish they would have done that with Russell Crowe in Les Mis.
Yeah. Try to
guess
test it out
what?
a little bit.
Guess what? You're out. You
Sorry,
didn't
bud.
pass. All right, let's move it on.
All right.
We're gonna move it on to a film that I'm gonna let Matt take the mic for Australia, which came out November 26, 2008. Matt?
Yes, we're moving on to Baz Luhrmann Films.
Yes, Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah,
Baz?
I
Baz.
didn't actually see it when it came out. I remember when The Great Gatsby was coming out, and I hadn't seen any of his films, and I didn't hear great things about it, so I saved it till last. And I couldn't believe that more people weren't talking about it because I think it's outstanding.
Oh, I love The Great Gatsby. Or
Yeah, I
Australia.
mean, Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Yeah.
both are, but Australia, it's sort of it's Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman, and she's this what to do British lady, I guess. She's a lady, and she comes down to Australia to take care of her things, and you've got Hugh Jackman there being all Hugh Jackman-y with his actual Australian accent, which. God, I'll let you girls get into this. I have a man crush, and his name is Hugh Jackman.
Well,
Throwing that out
That's
there.
everyone.
yeah.
And he's
Who
just
doesn't?
like
Who
his
doesn't
like
love him?
second scene, he's just shirtless, like washing himself.
Oh yeah, he did. He takes the bucket and just like pours it
Right.
over his
In
body.
slow-mo.
Oh god.
Nicole Kidman's trying to sneak a peek.
Well,
But
who
anyways.
wouldn't? I mean,
Who wouldn't?
I don't blame her.
Hugh Jackman that's my mom's man. She loves Hugh Jackman. That is her crush.
Really? Well, tell her I
It's
said
everyone's.
hi.
I will. She'll fight you to the death for rights to him. So then, okay. It also.
Hey, why don't you tell us what it's about, Stacy? Because
Yeah.
I don't want to read the synopsis.
I got my synopsis. It's actually pretty long.
Okay, good.
Set in
Oh.
northern Australia before World War II, an English aristocrat who inherits a sprawling ranch reluctantly pacts with a stock man in order to protect her new property from a takeover plot. As the pair drive 2,000 head of cattle over unforgiving landscape, they experience the bombing of Darwin, Australia by Japanese forces firsthand. Wow, a lot of stuff happens in this
Yo,
movie.
there's a lot going on. That's one of the things I liked about it. It's a very old-fashioned kind of epic romance in the sense, like, if you go back to like Gone with the Wind, there's no real one plot. It just moves from one plot to the next, and it's just about the characters, and that's what this was. Like, the first half was them, droving the cattle, and then the second half, like after its intermission, was the war part. So it's like a 2.5, 2:45 epic. So there's a lot fit in there.
I'm so glad you mentioned the movie Gone with the Wind, because that's exactly what I was thinking when watching this film. It's this sweeping epic love story, but the background to it, as you said, it's not a plot. It's like things are going on in the world, shit's happening, wars are going on, and then there's a couple that you happen to be focusing on. But like the real plot to it, the other character is just like society.
It's Australia itself.
Australia itself.
Right. It's sort of its history with the Aboriginals and the war and all the different things. It's a backdrop to these two characters and the overall themes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it is long, but it does move from one thing to the next. So it doesn't feel slow. It's not boring. It's almost like it's what Pearl Harbor should have been.
Yeah. Instead, it's like, it's your nose, it's your heart that hurts.
God.
It's your nose that hurts, stupid, instead of that bullshit. Ugh.
Okay,
Sorry,
wait.
guys.
Out of all of Baz Luhrmann's films, do you feel like... I feel like Australia is the least Baz Luhrmann-y.
Yeah, there's no music.
Yes? No?
But I think that's sort of one of the things that works about it, is because he is going for a certain old-fashioned feel, but it doesn't make it any less... I mean, I could watch it on mute because it looks incredible.
Mm-hmm.
He still has his vibrant colors and the framing and everything, and I think he was just trying to capture in sort of an old-fashioned feel rather than making it a Baz Luhrmann movie.
Yeah, they don't make movies like this anymore.
No.
It's interesting, and you talking about like the lighting and everything. Okay, so this is set obviously in Australia. You'd think
1939 and 1942 are the settings.
Okay, and you would think everything would be like dirty and gritty and real and everyone's sweaty, but it's not, because it's supposed to be this like romantic, epic fairy tale kind of, and so everyone's gorgeous. It's always at like sunset or dusk or something, and everyone's beautiful, and there's no, there's no like grossness to it. Everything is like beautiful and gorgeous and like in orange tones, sepia tones or whatever.
Tones.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Chicken bean?
Yeah, I got it.
I do. Okay, hey. So Heath Ledger was originally cast, but backed out to do The Dark Knight.
Yep.
Here's a very specific question. Like, let's get dark for a second. Do you think if he would have taken this and not done The Dark Knight, he would still be here?
Oh, for sure. The Dark Knight killed him. Everyone knows that.
Well, I mean, that role obviously was very detrimental to his health, but like...
Oh, I know, but if he had done this movie, it's like happy and cool, and he could have stayed in his home. He wouldn't have been like alone in a hotel room trying to get all into the Joker character and been popping those pills, You
can't help but wonder a little bit.
Yeah. But then we wouldn't have his performance in The Dark Knight. Not that that's worth his life,
And plus, if you're going to do a movie called Australia, who were you going to cast except Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
well, wait,
who
isn't
else are you
Heath
going to
Ledger
get?
Australian?
Heath Ledger is Australian. Yeah.
Right. I mean, this whole movie is a great
Russell
cast.
Crowe could have done it, or Mel Gibson. I mean, we don't want them, but hey.
No, I mean, Hugh Jackman's great. But
Get out, guys.
There is a great supporting cast of Australians. You've also got Ben Mendelsohn in there and David Wenham. Essie Davis from The Babadook is in there.
Yes.
Oh, God, who am I forgetting? Other people. You know them.
Other Australians that are famous.
Yeah. That's true. Oh, you know what? Nicole Kidman saved Hugh Jackman from a poisonous scorpion. It was crawling on his leg.
Yeah, I read this story and I was like, what? Okay. It was going into a bag. I'm sure that... I don't know.
I can
He's
picture
also
this, though.
Wolverine. He can't die.
No, but you know what? She was very calm, and she walked up and she was like, Hugh, don't move. You have a scorpion on you. And then just scooped it up and, like, released it into the woods, as Nicole Kidman does. Because
Right.
she's not, I feel like she would never, ever yell or freak out about
She's
anything.
a delicate flower.
She is
that
a
one.
delicate, cold,
She is a
aloof,
sparkling
ice flower.
diamond.
Sparkling, cold diamond.
Yes.
Never breakable.
Well, she's apparently. I read that she talked him into it. She saw him at a Super Bowl party. And it's like,
Yeah.
you got to do this movie with me. And it's like, I don't have the script. And it's like, you don't need the script. Baz Luhrmann is directing.
Yeah, she didn't even
Like,
read the script.
I get that.
She didn't even read it. She was like, okay, I'll do it. Yeah, Baz. Because they're like really good friends in real life.
Nice. I need a director friend like that.
Yeah, I
What's
need
the deal?
someone who considers
Matt?
me their muse.
What?
Matt?
Oh God, no. I write.
Well, you could
No,
write
you
us
can
in.
Direct.
Okay.
Yeah, you can write us into things.
When I direct my dream project of a Xena warrior princess movie,
Oh!
yes.
That's all, Stacy.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
no, because you're the brunette. You're Xena.
Oh.
I'm Gabby,
okay.
the delightful sidekick.
I'll do it.
Okay, we're doing it. We're also going to do a Practical Magic remake
As well.
on
On
Netflix.
Netflix.
And that's also Nicole Kidman. And
Mhm.
Sandy Bull's our favorite.
I never saw it.
What the fucking shit, Matt? No, you have to see
No,
Practical
I mean I
Magic.
love them both. I love Sandra Bullock and I love Nicole Kidman. I just
No.
never saw it.
You need to watch Practical Magic. It is on Netflix still.
Is it like good or is
Oh,
it like
no.
bad good?
No, it's good. It's good.
All right, because
well,
I've
it's-
seen some bad Sandra Bullock movies that I still liked.
There's,
It's better than Forces of Nature.
Yeah, I was about
Is
to
it
say
better
that.
than 28 Days?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is it better than Speed 2,
Yes.
which I own on DVD and I'm not ashamed of it?
God
Okay.
damn it,
Well,
man.
you know.
Okay.
Guys, let's move it.
Okay.
Let's go to
All
another
right.
Baz Luhrmann film that Matt's going to rant about, and that is Romeo and Juliet, or Romeo
Excuse me,
plus Juliet.
Romeo plus sign
Sorry,
Juliet.
Yeah, plus sign
Yes.
Juliet. November 1st, 1998, Shakespeare's famous play is updated to the hip modern suburb of Verona, still retaining its original dialogue. Directed by Baz Luhrmann and written by, obviously, William Shakespeare, as well as Craig Pierce, who did, as we know, Moulin Rouge.
Yes.
And I believe also Australia. Let me look back at my notes real quick.
I don't know. I
That's
never
not
read-
real quick for me. I'm not really getting that quick. Nope, he didn't do that one. So
Okay.
there you go. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. The budget was $14.5 million and made $147.5 million at the
Damn.
box office. Was nominated for art and set direction by Catherine Martin. Catherine Martin is the one that works with him. She does art and set sometimes, but she also does costuming sometimes as well. And I know she's definitely won Oscars. Oh, she won an Oscar for costume design for Australia. So there you go.
There you go.
Good
There
for
go.
you, Catherine.
Well, did she also do Moulin Rouge and Great Gatsby? Because I know
She
they
did.
won a
Yes.
couple.
Okay,
She
she's
did.
won a ton then.
Right.
She's won more than Baz. Wait, no, has Baz won an Oscar? I don't think so.
I don't
No.
think so. I think he
No.
was just for Best Picture for Moulin Rouge, which
Right,
they
right.
lost to A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's another John Leguizamo film, as
Mhm.
well as Leonardo
Yes.
DiCaprio as Romeo, Claire Danes as Juliet, and a ton of other things. I
Ton
love
of
Paul
people.
Rudd.
Paul Rudd is it?
I
Paul Rudd
totally
as
forgot
Paris
Paul
is
Rudd was in this
amazing.
movie.
Oh my gosh, there's a gif of him and he's in his
He's
little
dancing.
Yeah,
he's doing
dancing.
his like arm movement.
Yes,
oh,
our movement.
yes.
He's in like his astronaut.
rainbow.
Oh, it's fucking perfect.
I call it the rainbow.
Yes, Jesse Bradford also is in this. Swim fan.
Yeah.
My boy, where the hell is he? Jamie Kennedy, Harold Perrineau, Pete Polslavizwaisism,
Paul
Zach
Sorvino,
Paul
Braff
Sorvino.
from Wet Hot American Summer.
Yes.
Brian Dennehy.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Everyone, all the
Good
cool
people.
young kids who wanted to hold a gun. Were you gonna say
I was gonna sing the pumped up
kicks?
And Christina Pickles, who plays Ross and Monica's mom on Friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
the Lady Montague, right?
That's the one.
Okay, yes.
Mhm,
Very good.
That's true. That's
Love
true.
it.
All
I love
about
it.
This movie is insane. So it came out in 96.
98.
98? Oh,
Yes.
shit. Sorry.
I remember being a junior. I remember going to the theater to see it, and some people were complaining about seats or whatever. Like, we're gonna get better seats. And I was like, all seats are the same. Just so you know, all seats are gonna see this film. We're all gonna see the same thing. You are not seeing anything better than I am right now. I was very serious at that time about film and things like that.
You know, but I remember being kind of perplexed by it because I was younger.
Uh-huh.
I was 8 years old when it came out.
Okay.
I don't think I saw it in theaters, but I saw it on the VHS after it came out later.
Yeah.
And I wasn't quite into, or I didn't quite understand that it's like a Shakespeare set in modern times, so that a lot of the over dramatized, when he like speeds up the camera when she's like getting ready for the Halloween costume and everything.
Yes.
Like I was like, wait, what's happening here? What's going on? Because it's a lot of movement and motion and color in your face.
I love that and I didn't know this till reading the IMDb trivia, but their costumes reflect like their character.
Yeah,
which I really like.
She's
so
an
she's
angel.
the angel.
He's a knight.
You have the Emperor as like the dad.
And Paul Rudd is an astronaut.
Yeah. Which I guess he's
spacey.
He's
spacey.
Oh,
okay.
Perfect. Good job.
There we go.
Good job. And Tybalt is a devil. Mercutio is
a drag.
A drag queen.
So drag queen.
Lady.
Yeah.
Lady Madge.
Who knows?
I forgot.
Well, that's Mab.
Mab.
And that's the drug.
Queen Mab.
Queen Mab.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because they're all on Molly or whatever.
And that scene in the actual costume where they meet up, or the meet cute through the fish tank was like the hardest thing to film.
Yeah.
Which is awesome I read about it, and it's like he had to get special fluorescent lights at the bottom of it. At the bottom of the tank that you couldn't see.
Because you're going to get light and reflection off of the glass otherwise.
Yes, and I'm like, oh, that's
like waterproof fluorescent lights to like put inside the thing to light her face, all kinds of stuff. And
I love how it's just like certain things that you don't even think about as a moviegoer that are so difficult. Like we had talked about on The Nightmare Before Christmas how Jack Skellington's hand to like go and turn the knob of like one of the doors was the hardest thing for them to actually do.
Yeah.
And it's just like those little things that we don't notice at all that go past us so quickly are like the hardest. So the fish tank was the hardest thing to film.
Yes.
For the cinematographer.
For sure. Matt, I don't know what you think about this movie, but I heard you had some thoughts.
Yes.
So please,
we want to know
release your passion, your anger, your whatever about this film. Say everything you think.
I don't mind that they're using I think it's a great experiment to set it in modern times and use the original dialogue. I think I'm
all about it.
Maybe fundamentally don't like the story, which I guess just goes back to the original.
Okay. Well, yes.
Okay. So they meet
because they meet, and then it's like
next
day
they kiss
married.
Once. They get married the next day, and then on the second day, they're totally willing to kill themselves and ruin everything.
Okay, now how else are you supposed to get the D if you don't get married in those times?
Yeah,
that's kind of how it goes, right?
Well, I think that's sort of the problem with adapting it to the 90s.
Yeah, w
where it's like things just don't work anymore. Like, oh hey, you met Paul Rudd, right? You're gonna marry him on Thursday, and I'm like, what? Okay.
You know what? There's a whole video. I think it's the Cinema Snob. No, not Cinema Snob. His brother, whatever. Oh shit, I totally forgot, guys. So sorry. But he was like, "Does Romeo and Juliet suck? Is it a terrible love story?" And it is, because they don't really fall in love. It's all about lust, and it's actually,
no. That's the thing.
Absolutely a teenager.
That's my bigger problem. I think it's not the problem with the story itself. It's the way that the story is perceived. It is not a great love story. Right. It is a tragedy about teen lust.
Yes,
they fall in love, or they don't. It's a story about two selfish teenagers who get a whole bunch of people killed.
Back it up.
Yeah. All right.
No, it's true. You're absolutely right. And I don't mean to say I don't mean to use the word bad love stories and it's written poorly. It's written wonderfully, but the whole point is that they're idiots and they're not actually in love, and of course it's not going to work out.
But the thing is, it's sort of like they manipulate you into liking them more by making everyone around them terrible.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, by default, I have to like the least selfish person.
That's true. The poor,
Which
sweet,
is who?
innocent kids. Juliet.
She's the least selfish?
She's the least selfish, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Paul Rudd should have gotten the girl. I don't know.
I mean, Paul Rudd should always get the girl in any instance.
He should have at least had a chance.
Yeah.
He didn't even stand a chance.
He's dancing in his little astronaut outfit. Aww. Guys, that's the cutest little GIF, however you pronounce it. It's the best one. Oh,
he's just trying to dance with this nice girl, and then Leonardo DiCaprio comes, grabs this girl, pulls her into an elevator, and just starts kissing her.
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck, bro? What the hell? All up in my business. Hate it.
There's some really awkward staging at the pool scene where he's like talking right behind her and she can't hear him. Like
wait.
if you were
Well,
hiding in
that's
a
in the
bush,
play,
that would
too.
be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the. I mean, that's the play. Also, he's like
Just
talking
put him
down
in a
there.
bush, something.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, the other
I
thing
know.
about that, he is wet the entire movie. Have you noticed
That's
this?
the whole thing about water.
He's
Water is involved in every
Leonardo DiCaprio.
important thing.
Okay.
Like the balcony scene is now set in a pool. He comes in from the rain at certain points. She sees him through water. He's like coming off Molly, coming off drugs in the toilet, fucking whatever he's doing. This movie is
In that
insane, but
sink, yeah.
It's all about like water in the film, or maybe they just love.
And
They
he
just-
totally got like a little bit electrocuted, like when he's
Yeah.
climbing the thing.
Yeah, yeah,
and,
absolutely.
You can see that, which is kind of
Absolutely.
hilarious.
Now, we talked about, like, whenever you think of Moulin Rouge, you think of this moment. Whenever I think of Romeo + Juliet, I think of Leonardo DiCaprio falling to his knees in the sand. He's like, I am fortune's fool! Or whatever, yelling and, like, crying. That is
And
absolutely
his
my
shirt
moment.
like coming open.
His shirt's his Hawaiian shirt is,
His
like,
shirt's
flying
always open.
It has to be open.
It had to be in his contract, right?
Yeah,
Like that
Much-
his shirt would always be open.
yeah. Minimum of 3 buttons opened down.
Hmm.
Yeah, the nips almost out a little bit.
I think of the fish tank. I think that's the first thing I think of when I think Romeo or
With
the
his face
elevator.
in the fish tank.
Because I remember buying the like screenplay after, and it was like the picture of the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Like so. There you go.
That was another scene that was apparently hard because the camera rotates
Yes.
around them, so they had to pull out the panels of the elevator and
Yeah.
put them back in as they were rotating.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
That sounds
I love
awesome.
it. I love when people go to such lengths to get things to work right and look good. Thank you.
Committed.
Now, I will say this about the movie though. Despite my problems, there's a lot to admire about it. I think Baz Luhrmann deserves all the credit in the world. Some of the actors seem uncomfortable with the dialogue, but I do think that Claire Danes was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't help
Yeah,
but think that
she's
she
good.
was she made it seem really
Mm-hmm.
natural,
Mm-hmm.
whereas other people sort of seem like they couldn't find a way to make it natural.
John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo's always great though.
What?
No, his delivery of Shakespeare lines I don't think was natural. But that's just
No,
I
but
thought he was great,
it
but-
was entertaining. I think that's the point.
Maybe Jamie Kennedy could have used a little
yeah,
bit.
Jamie
Oh,
Kennedy with his
God.
pink hair. Oh, Jesus. Some of those young boys were kind of treating this as if it was a parody of Shakespeare versus
Yeah.
like an interpretation.
Like I don't know what
of
Dash
Shakespeare.
Mihawk was doing. I think Harold Perrineau was fun though. Maybe that was
He
just his
was
character,
good.
though.
Mhm.
Paul Sorvino also, his performance is solid and
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
He's a scary dad.
Yeah.
I would not want to actually talk to him.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I mean, it's a dad is forcing his daughter to marry someone in like 4 days. So
And angry
on
about
Thursday,
it.
and angry, you will do this. Whatever it is. It's intense. This movie's intense.
It is intense. Also, there was a situation on set where a key hairstylist was kidnapped
yeah.
for ransom.
But
Oh,
Baz
yeah.
Luhrmann paid it
$300 bucks. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Mexico City, guys. Like,
this is
why are
true.
you filming there?
This is true. You know the little Jesus statue? That was not a real like big statue. That was a trick of the
Yeah.
camera. It was like 2 feet tall only.
I love it. I love
little
it.
little baby.
Other ones,
statue.
I don't know if you saw it. I tweeted this out the other day when I was rewatching this. When Leo's talking to Pete Postlethwaite, who's also great in the movie. There's a painting of Jesus behind them, and it looks just like Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Whoa.
And it's really, you'll have to find it. It really, I had to pause it because I couldn't focus because I kept trying to figure out how it looked like.
Nice.
And it was the 90s. Maybe they were like, Saved by the Bell's pretty good. Make him Jesus.
Yeah. There you go.
So far we've done Moulin Rouge. Then we went to Baz Luhrmann Films and did Australia, as well as Romeo + Juliet. And now
Plus
we're going to
Lion
branch
King.
off from there as well. So, you know what, Matt, if you would like to go first, you are welcome to branch off of Australia and let us know what your theme is.
Yeah.
Oh, going first?
Let
All right.
us know.
Yeah.
Going off Australia, I picked movies with a place in the title,
Oh.
Okay. I
Ah.
like it. I
Mhm.
like it.
right? And the first one I want to talk about is 310 to Yuma.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so
This is the remake with
Christian
Russell
Bale.
Crowe, we were just talking about,
Okay.
and Christian Bale. This is actually my favorite Western.
Wow, that's bold.
So anyone who doesn't know, you've got Russell Crowe playing an infamous outlaw, Ben Wade, and he gets captured, and then Christian Bale volunteers to help transfer him to the 310 to Yuma train to Yuma prison, and stuff goes down. And it's just it's I mean, it's not heavy on action. There is some shootouts, but there is a lot of sort of meditation on respect and morals and stuff. It's sort of like Collateral, but a Western.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of scenes with Russell Crowe and Christian Bale together, especially near the end, where, you know, they sort of talk about, you know, sort of the duty and respect. And you got Christian Bale's son, played by a baby-faced Logan Lerman, who sort of looks up to this outlaw, Ben Wade, and just can't stand his own father, who's struggling to pay to keep their land, you know, for the medicine for the brother. And he lost his leg in the Civil War and all that stuff. And, you know, he just wants his son respect, and he's trying to do this thing, bringing this man to justice. It's really good, and I don't think enough people gave it the recognition it deserved.
I've definitely heard of it. I just never saw it because I feel like it's one of those movies where it probably got nominated a ton, but not a lot of the mainstream movie audience talked about it or heard about it, and so it wasn't quite on my radar. But this is when I wasn't as into films or different kinds of films as I am now.
What
Right.
year
I mean,
did-
I'm not huge on westerns anyway, but I saw the original. I do think this is I mean, it's not so much a remake as it is a readaptation. It's based on a short story by Elmore Leonard. But it came out in 2007, to answer that question. This was a while back.
What was I doing in 2000s?
I was still
why
in
didn't
high
I see
school.
this? I remember seeing the posters for it for sure,
I remember
and
seeing
thinking
the
it was a
trailer.
video game, most likely.
Oh,
For
God.
some reason. I don't know.
It does sound kind of like a video game, like 310 to Yuma, coming in spring.
EA Sports. Anyways, so why should I see this film, Matt? Pitch it to me in those terms. What?
Oh, what have I not said already? All right, it's really smart, and it plays with morals in a way that classic westerns didn't, where like John Wayne is the hero and anyone else is the bad guy and he's going to shoot him down. There's a lot of gray areas in this film, especially with you know, Ben Wade, Russell Crowe is always talking about he's a bad man. He's a bad man. He's clearly not, especially compared to his own crew, who, by the way, speaking of his crew, Christian Bale and Russell Crowe are great, but this movie's secret weapon is Ben Foster, who plays Russell Crowe's
I
second.
love him.
Oh,
You've
he's
sold
so
me now.
there's like this weird subtext where he may be in love with Russell Crowe.
Oh, that's hot.
He'll do anything for him. It's really, and he's got that sort of creepy evil voice that he did in 30 Days of Night.
Ooh.
He's so good.
Oh my God! Anything with Ben Foster since Alpha
Yes.
Dog, I
Yes,
was like,
Alpha Dog.
he's fucking great in Alpha Dog.
I mean, there's a whole great cast. You've also got Peter Fonda, Alan Tudyk.
Ooh.
Oh God, what's his name? That guy who's in everything.
Yeah, I know him.
Sam
Oh,
Rockwell.
Kevin Durand is in it.
There you
Okay.
go. I like it. I'm sold.
It's good. It's directed by James Mangold, who did Walk the Line and the recent Wolverine movie, the good one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Very
Nice.
good. I
Nice.
think
All
we've
right.
got it. We've
All
got
right,
it sold.
we'll watch it. We'll watch it.
What about your other film?
Oh, we want to do both of them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
for
them
sure.
both.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was this close to picking In Bruges,
Oh,
but
Matt, why did you pick as my favorite?
because I realized that there was a name of a place in a film that is one of my all-time favorite films. And
I
that
got
is-
it. I know it.
Oh, do you?
Notting Hill.
Oh God, no.
That would have been perfect.
No, close, but no cigar. The film I
Manhattan.
want to talk about is Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet
Fleet
Street.
Street.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job.
It is in there.
It is.
This
Tim
was
Burton,
actually
man.
the first R-rated movie that I snuck into by buying a ticket to a PG-13 movie.
Okay.
I bought a
Naughty
ticket
dog.
to a
Wow.
movie called First Sunday with Ice Cube and Cat Williams and snuck into Sweeney Todd.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, what was this? It came out 2007, so I was 14.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I would have been
I'm much
admitted.
older.
I was 17. I would have gotten in. You know what, though?
Right.
I still get carded for movies sometimes, though.
Really?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I do. And it's
Wait,
so embarrassing. I'll be like
the-
with my boyfriend who's 30 years old, and he's like, I'm not with a fucking 17. I'm not with a 16-year-old. Oh, God. It's like super embarrassing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It's not one of those, if you look under this age, we card you, right?
It's
probably that.
I think carding for movies, any rated R thing is stupid. Just let kids see movies. I saw Silence of the Lambs when I was 9. That turned out fine. Right?
I saw
Right?
The Evil Dead when I was 8, and that left some scars.
It made you who you are today, though.
Right. See, my dad rented it. He thought it was going to be fun, like Army of Darkness. No.
Oh,
it
no.
wasn't.
No.
It's a different movie.
Very
Okay,
different.
refresh my
But yes.
memory with Sweeney Todd. Is Ali G somewhere in here?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Sacha Baron Cohen. It's maybe the only movie I like him in.
Mhm.
He plays Senor Ferrelli.
Because I was like,
The
I'm remembering
Italian
something, but
film.
maybe I'm thinking of Les Mis. Like, I wasn't sure if.
Well,
it
he was
this
in
one.
that too. Both he
was,
and Helena
yes.
Bonham Carter were in both Sweeney Todd and Les Miserables.
This is why my brain is like mush. When you
Right.
start doing things like casting people in similar feel-looking films,
Mhm.
then I'm like, what? What happened?
Well,
in
it's
that
like
film?
Helena Bonham Carter in any Tim Burton movie. You're like,
Right.
which one was that? It's like, oh, it was the one with Johnny Depp. No, narrow it down. It was the one with Christopher Lee. Nope, still not working.
The one where she wears weird makeup. Nope. Still
Oh,
not
yeah,
there.
yeah, okay.
Can I make a bold, somewhat odd statement? I think that Sacha Baron Cohen is incredibly talented and has a real
Yeah.
great dramatic actor
He's supposed to
in
play
him, and he
like
needs to
Queen.
play.
in Queen. He's supposed to play the main character, Freddie Mercury, in the
I
Queen
can
movie.
absolutely picture this.
Yeah.
He's taller than Freddie Mercury would have been, right? Freddie Mercury was kind of tiny,
I have no idea.
and he's like 6'4". He's a really tall guy.
I don't know about it anymore.
But I almost picture him. He can play like a drug dealer going through a CIA bust or something in not an action film, but like I can picture him in a genuinely serious, real role where he's not like doing a character and like wearing a wig. Like I can absolutely picture him because in Sweeney Todd, you see because doesn't he plays kind of the snake juice salesman and then he turns
Right.
real for a second when he's about to die. And you can like see the real actor in him, and I want to see him in a serious role just
Right.
once.
Well,
just to see.
he's not really an Italian. He's just like some
Right.
Cockney
Right.
guy who's putting on the whole
Yeah,
Italian
yeah.
farce. So you sort of see the dramatic guy playing the comedic guy in the movie itself. So
Right.
it's almost a little meta.
Yeah. I want to see him, but that for reals in like a real
Yeah.
movie.
Guys, I have a confession. I love meat pies. But after this film, I was like, for a while, I was like, I don't know.
You don't want a nice greasy meat pie with some fat on it?
I don't know. It's kind of like a cross between fried green tomatoes. Was that the one where they like cooked the guy?
Yeah, they cooked.
And this, right?
Mhm.
See, now I've got all the songs stuck in my head now. That pie looks thicker, more like vicar. No, it has to be gross out. It's green.
Oh
Oh.
God. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I know the words.
Oh Jesus, man. Okay.
Is this your favorite Tim Burton film?
It is my favorite Tim Burton film, which I know, nothing against like Edward Scissorhands or Ed Wood, or I know people love Beetlejuice, but this, it seems like it's him at his most. It's more similar to, I'd say, Sleepy Hollow than any of his other
yes,
films. It's
that's
definitely
mine.
more about like a gothic, like a Hammer horror film. Like the blood is like too bright to be real, and there's way too much of it. It's just the look of it, the makeup, the sunken eyes and everything. It's so stylish. But I also think it's Depp's best performance, which I also know is maybe a bold statement considering some of his work in the past.
There's lots of bold statements going on in this show.
It is.
Sleepy,
True.
now, Sleepy Hollow, that's my favorite Burton film,
Huh.
which is an unusual choice, I know, but I
I'm
love it.
Scissorhands.
You're
Scissorhands
I'm okay
is
with that.
me.
Okay.
I'd say Edward Scissorhands is maybe number 2 for me.
Hmm.
Well, that has a sort of a downer of an ending. There's still like this glimmer of hope. They're sort of like, yeah, but he's still up there. This movie, it's like, nope, everyone dies. Everyone's unhappy. Everything's dark. The last shot is just a whole bunch of bodies and a puddle of blood.
Everyone became a prostitute on the street. Wasn't it like the wife she's like a beggar on the street?
Yeah, she tried to kill herself with poison, but it didn't kill her. It just ruined her mind. She became a beggar. So then Sweeney Todd accidentally kills her and then finds out who it is, and she lied to him, and so he has to kill her, and then he lets the kid kill him. It's very spoilers,
Oh,
but
God. No, it's dark.
there's a lot going on.
I love it.
All right.
It's also the late great Alan Rickman, who
Oh, shit.
they have he and Dev have a great number where they sing a song called Pretty Women. It's just really
Pretty
good.
Women,
They all do their own singing,
sipping
actually.
coffee.
I don't remember any songs from Sweeney Todd, by the way, guys. But we are going to need to move it over. We're going to have to move it over. Thank you, Matt, for your movies. We're going to go on over to, off of Romeo plus Juliet. We decided to do Leonardo DiCaprio movies, and I selected Django Unchained.
Whoa.
Yes.
December 25th, 2012. With the help of a German bounty hunter, a freed slave sets out to rescue his wife from a brutal Mississippi plantation owner, directed by Quentin Tarantino and also written by him, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, my Achilles heel, Jamie Foxx, and Christoph Waltz. Those are the main players of our stage. But we also have Kerry Washington, which I love.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Jackson, yep.
Kills it.
This won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. That was for Christoph Waltz, which was kind of a special because he was in it. His screen time is, an hour and 6 minutes and 17 seconds, very specific. And that's kind of the longest technical performance for a supporting actor, I guess.
It's also a long film. It's like, was it like 2:45?
I don't know. Probably
Yeah,
something
it was pretty
like that.
long. Yeah.
It's long.
But man, Leonardo DiCaprio kills it. In this.
Oh, Jesus. It's one of the rare instances where he plays a villain.
Right.
And he revels in it. You can tell. He's smearing blood all over Kerry Washington's face.
I don't think he's ever played a character that dark before.
Right.
And I think that's why he said he wanted to do it. He said, it made him uncomfortable, but he had to do it.
Yeah, and I guess he was uncomfortable in certain scenes, and he had to stop. And Quentin Tarantino went over there and was like, "Motherfucker, you better do this, or this is it for you because you will never be cast as a villain in any other thing if you don't do this right now." And it was just something like that.
Yeah, then he's like, okay,
but see, now I want to see him do more.
His hand.
Yeah, I know he needs to do more.
I know. He's Leo. You know what? Leo will always be a handsome, gorgeous guy. He is getting up there in age, though, so he can't play the Romeo + Juliet roles anymore. He can't be this young, beautiful, pining guy.
He can't be.
Shave your head, Leonardo DiCaprio, and be a villain.
Yeah.
See, I remember when Titanic came out, and there were Leo posters everywhere.
Oh, I had a Leo
poster.
Could see. I had a Leo poster, and every guy hated him. They hated him because he was the guy that would cry and pine over a girl in a movie.
Sure.
And then he's developed into this wonderful actor, but he's still the guy that you root for, But then in this, he does get to go there and be the asshole.
It's a little harder to root for him.
Yeah, it's a little harder.
Although he does offer them white cake, and who doesn't like white cake?
Where is my beautiful sister? I love it.
He said that his character is based off of Drexel Spivey from True Romance and Doc Holliday from Tombstone, and I was like, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Oh.
I'm your Huckleberry. That's what it is, not I'll be. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Also, I thought this was really interesting when I was reading the IMDb trivia, and I just laughed. Jamie Foxx used his own horse, Cheetah, in the movie.
Cheetah.
He got it 4 years prior as a birthday present. I was like, who gives someone a horse for their birthday?
Yeah.
All right.
And names it Cheetah.
All right. I'll go with
Jamie
it.
Foxx does.
Jamie Foxx fucking does. He is having a baby with Katie Holmes. I just want to throw that
Are we
out there.
serious?
No,
we talk about this all the time.
I
on
know.
the show.
I think it's fascinating.
Okay.
Is he really?
Yeah. Oh, they're absolutely in love, and she's preggers with his baby, and I love it. I love this couple. It has nothing to do with our podcast or movies, and I don't care.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say, when I remember first seeing it, I thought, oh, this is going to be Leo's Oscar for sure. Instead, it goes to Christoph Waltz. Okay.
Who he does a great job in the film, don't get me wrong, but he's kind of just playing Christoph. He's kind of just playing a good guy version of what he did.
Hello, Django. It's wonderful to meet your acquaintance. I am Dr. Schultz.
I feel like this was kind of like the makeup, though. Like, we didn't give you an Oscar for Inglourious Bastards, so we're gonna give it to you for this.
He did get one for Inglourious Bastards. So
we're also gonna give you another one.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
sorry, guys. Thanks, guys.
Everyone wanted to vote for Leo, so they went for the next best thing. Go to the other guy in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like it's the exact same character from Inglourious Bastards, but he's a good guy. But he acts the same because in Inglourious Bastards, he is a bad guy because of how we view him. We're like, oh, he's a Nazi and trying to kill people. That's awful. But in this one, it's like, oh, he is, he's freeing the slave and helping him. But it's the same. He's acting the same.
Sure.
He's doing the same kind of voice and mannerisms and everything. So I feel like it's the same character, but you're viewing it differently because you're viewing it from different sides.
And everyone likes to talk about that scene where Leonardo DiCaprio actually cut his hand.
Yeah.
But when he smears the blood on her face, that's not actual blood. They did that after. Because they were like, they took the take of him, having his issue, and then they did the smearing of the blood after.
Oh,
right, because that has to be, there's got to be some sort of, health issues there.
Leo, you can't do that. You can't actually.
I can imagine if he did that, Kerry Washington after the take, like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. What did you do?
Screw this. I'm going back to Scandal.
Yeah.
The budget was $100 million, and the box office made $425.4 million. So there you go. That's it. Django. Love it.
Django.
Would have made a lot more money if Tarantino didn't try to do an Australian accent.
Oh man, that was bad. That was bad.
Wow.
That took me out.
Mm.
Stacy, what'd you bring?
Okay, so I brought one of my favorite Leo films, mainly because I just love the sets and the costumes, and he's just being Leo. Catch Me If You Can. It's the true story of Frank Abagnale Jr., who, before his 19th birthday, successfully conned millions of dollars worth of checks as a Pan Am pilot, doctor, and legal prosecutor. Came out in 2002, directed by Spielberg himself. Starred Tom Hanks, Leo, obviously, Christopher Walken, Martin Sheen, Amy Adams, Braceface, just killing it in this movie. So cute. Jennifer Garner is a hooker. Ellen Pompeo is in it. I think she plays a stewardess. I can't remember. Made $352 million worldwide. Nominated for an Oscar for Christopher Walken as Best Supporting Actor and Best Score. So I love this movie because it's Leo just kind of being like, yeah, I'm just going to be a super charming guy. And every scene, he's playing the same thing. He's playing a doctor, or he's playing a lawyer, or seducing some woman, or he's a pilot. But he just has a winning smile and a great hair swoop, and you're just like, I believe that
With
guy.
the hair, we like the hair swoop. That's
I'm
our
all
thing.
about hair
That's our
swoops
thing,
and hair flops. Brendan Fraser, #TheMummy. So, the real Frank Abagnale was like, at first he was like, Leo can't play me. He's too young looking, because Frank Abagnale in real life looked like a 35-year-old guy when he was like 17 years old. You see photos and you're like, that's him in high school? That's crazy. Of course I would believe he was, the substitute teacher or whatever. But then he saw Leo being Leo, charming in the film, and he's like, okay,
I've got this.
Now,
you know what's funny about this film is it was like one of the longest in production pieces, because it started in 1981 where they pitched it, and it wasn't made until 2000, like 2002 or whatever. And originally Dustin Hoffman was supposed to be the main character. So super interesting, like how long it took that journey from pitch to actual in theaters completion.
Because the story is incredible, and so they were basically just like, it's gonna get made regardless, but they had to find the right people, the right funding, all that, and it didn't come together until
They saw Leonardo DiCaprio in Critters 3, and they're like, let's wait until he's old enough.
Yeah. We gotta wait until he gets a little of that baby fat off his cheeks. And you know what? In order to get her to achieve the way he wanted her to sloppily kind of kiss Leo, Steven Spielberg asked Amy Adams to pretend she was starving to death and eating a cheeseburger. So she needed to mac on him and I have experience with this as someone who had braces for 5 years, all throughout high school, middle school, a little bit in high school, that, it's hard to kiss with braces on. So she got that down very, very well. I really liked how she had a realistic portrayal of the struggle that all of us metal mouths go through in life.
And Frank Abagnale Jr. has said like 80% of the film is true.
Yep.
One thing that isn't true is that in the movie they put him on the FBI's most wanted list, but in real life that's only for violent criminals.
Right.
So he was not
Right.
actually on that list.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yeah. That's
There
good
it
if
is.
You can.
So we went from Moulin Rouge, we did
Yep.
Baz Luhrmann Films, and we did Australia, as well as Romeo plus Juliet. Off of Australia, Matt Brown brought us movies with locations in the title,
Mm-hmm.
and we did Notting Hill. No, we did not. We did.
We'll save that for one where I'm not on.
Okay,
Yeah.
310 to Yuma,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Sweeney
Sweeney.
Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. And off of Romeo plus Juliet, we did Leonardo DiCaprio films, and for that, I did Django Unchained, and Stacy did Catch Me If You Can.
Yes.
So there it is.
Those are our
Boom.
movies.
We
for
did it.
today.
Now, we're at the end of our show. We have a few bits that we do to close it out. One of those is I tweet out movie link tweets, and I say, what's your favorite? I do it off of our first link, which is Baz Luhrmann Films. So I said, what's your favorite Baz Luhrmann film? This is the first time that I've had the least amount of response back, just so everyone knows. So I had like 4 people tweet me, and that is Brendan Michaels and Abe Lopez said The Great Gatsby is their favorite. Anthony Tobias says Moulin Rouge. Dave Grimes and John Roca both say Romeo plus Juliet. So there you go. That's it for my movie link tweets. We link it to Kevin Bacon.
So Kevin Bacon was in R.I.P.D. Oh, that awful one with with fucking Ryan Reynolds. With
Jeff
Sean
Bridges playing the character from
Bridges.
True Grit again.
Oh Jesus, that was so crazy.
All right.
With Sean Fogarty, who was in What's the Worst That Can Happen with John Leguizamo, who was in Moulin Rouge.
So there we go.
There we go.
And for our final little bit here,
Oh,
we have
Jesus.
Stacy. We're going to ask ourselves, would Moulin Rouge be better with Rocky? Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, playing Satine. How about that?
All right.
so there
I
we
know
go.
this is singing, but I don't know how this song is supposed
Well,
to
you could
sound.
just say
but
it
so I'll
then.
just say it. Okay, here we go. Never knew I could feel like this. Like I've never seen the sky before. Want to vanish inside your kiss? Every day I'm loving you more and more. Listen to my heart. Can you hear it sing? Come back to me and forgive everything.
I can't keep it together every single time. you
It
do
gets
this.
worse and worse. I get further
Okay.
and further from a Philly accent. It's
Uh-huh.
more like a New York with a speech impediment accent,
Mhm.
and I can't
It's getting there.
connect to it.
You sound sleepy.
He's
Forget
al-
everything? What?
He's always a little sleepy in the movie. Yeah, he
Uh,
is.
I'm working on a new accent.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. But so far, I can really just say the person's name, and that's Werner Herzog.
Oh, Werner
Herzog.
Werner Herzog.
We'll see. We'll see if I can work that in.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know if I can.
I have faith in you, as always.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, where can we find you?
You can find me at Twitter at CallMeRoy88.
That is a reference to Die
Die
Hard.
Hard.
Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you've got, Matt Brown as your name, it's hard
Yeah.
to find a username that isn't taken.
Right? I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for coming on and being our first Skype guest. Yay!
Yes, yay, guinea pig. Woo.
Thank you.
You've opened the floodgates now.
Where can we find you, Miss Movies?
You can find me every goddamn day on Twitter at Miss Movies. You can also look for me on Instagram, Miss_movies.
You can find me on Twitter at SOHoward2012, as well as Instagram at StacyOHoward.
And we have a new segment. It's called Movie Pillow Fights.
Yes.
And unfortunately, Matt, you don't get to come and join us in bed because you're not here in California. Otherwise, we would have you right after this shoot a little video with us. But yeah, Stacy and I take a movie question of the week and we fight about it or
Yep.
just talk about it or, what have you.
You can just superimpose my Twitter icon into the video.
We
That'll-
could.
Yeah. We'll get a cardboard cutout of you and just place it between us in bed.
Can you put my face on Hugh Jackman's body? Would
Yeah,
that
that'd be
work?
great.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
It's already
Wait,
done.
why don't you do that for us and send it to us?
Yes.
And then we could do
Okay.
it
There
because
you
well, we know you're good with the skills of photoshopping over there.
Yes. Very, very skilled.
All right.
Yes,
All
that's
right.
right. Now that you've got me and Ken Knapsack, you've got your voiceover and your art guy.
Yes, we love it.
Yeah,
Thank
woohoo!
you. Matt
Thank
Brown
you,
does
Matt.
our artwork.
Yes,
What?
he does. Such a cool guy. Matt, I'm so excited we got you on the show. You are our Twitter friend, our real life friend now. Well, via computer, kind of real life friend. And I'm super excited for everyone to see what you do and support you because we think you're great and super talented.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for listening this week.
Thanks,
we'll
guys.
see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
6 Degrees of Feature Film is produced by StacyOHoward and me. Special thank you to Ken Knapsaug for our intro and Matt Brown for our artwork.